Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sports Shorts Daily. Ronnie Rantz, Tommy Krysan, TK joining us today. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. Don't forget about it. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood, the best hamburgers in town. Great cuts of meat. Got the holidays coming up. Go to Tremonti's. TK's over there twice a week. I am at an undisclosed location presented by the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. We've got the Santa Super 7 online auction right now at lasportshall.com. It started yesterday at noon. The auction runs 7 days all the way till next Thursday at 9 p.m. The 17th at 9 p.m. Go check out the auction items. We'll even be adding new items throughout the week as we get to Thursday, but go check it out right now. Santa Super 7 online auction. Great golf courses if you're a golfer. Lots of sports memorabilia out the wazoo. Even some new things. We got some cool Paul Skeen stuff that we added. We got some great Billy Cannon stuff that we added, different for this one. We also have some awesome restaurants, including Supper Club in Baton Rouge, the Best of Supper Club deal. We got a Rafino's in Lafayette and Baton Rouge, and many others. Go to Santa Super 7 online auction at lasportshall.com. All right, Tommy, I
Right,
am en
Ronnie,
route.
hold on one second. I bid on one of the I bid on the thing at Doe's restaurant,
Oh,
and,
nice,
and and
nice.
right now I'm the leading bidder. Of course, that could change. I did not bid on the autographed Ronnie Ranch 21 jersey.
Uh, you-
I
it's the
didn't bid
best.
on it yet. I mean, I might. I don't know.
It's the best Christmas gift around right now, Tommy. I am en route to the Superdome. You'll see me. I'll be taking my River of Life capsules because I'll be standing up, walking the sidelines for 3 games in a row today. I feel like Derry Beckwith. I'll be working the games for the LHSA TV network, so check it out on through Roku and on NFHS.com, all that stuff. All right, TK. Two big news stories for us to really kind of talk about that matters so much to our viewers and our where we are. One, the LSU football schedule came out yesterday, and two, this Michigan Sharon Moore firing and arrest and everything that's transpired with Michigan football. I can't wait for the documentary to come out in about 2 years, maybe three, probably two. I can't wait for the behind the scenes documentary. This is like a movie. This is going to be the biggest, one of the biggest documentaries ever when it finally does come out, because it is crazy and insane what Michigan football not only is going through right now, Tommy, but what they've gone through over the last 4 years is insane. It's a soap opera every year. And let's start there. Let's start there before we talk LSU schedule. I, I mean, this took the world by storm, shock. Now, Tommy, people in Michigan have been suspecting, kind of knowing, wink, wink, nod, nod, that Sharon Moore and his executive assistant, his administrative assistant, have been having an affair for many, many months. University of Michigan got wind of the rumors, and asked them. Supposedly, a timetable was around August. Asked both of the parties involved. They denied that there was an affair going on. Well, oftentimes where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, that was the case here. This was maybe one of the worst kept secrets, but until you have the smoke and gun, there's nothing you can do. Well, for some reason, that relationship, that working relationship, that personal relationship, we don't know why yet. We'll find out in the documentary why she decided, forget this, I'm going to tell Michigan. And the 32-year-old, I believe, $90,000 a year. She got about a $40,000 raise from one year to the next, last year to this year, to be the assistant. She went with receipts. And what I mean by receipts is her cell phone showed all the interactions, all the, had the abortion paid for by Sharon Moore, all this stuff. She went to Michigan's at the athletic department, showed them in the morning. They fired him right after lunch, and then the rest is, as they say, history.
Man, like you said, the last 4 or 5 years with all the cheating and lying to the NCAA, and you got a championship mixed in there. But man, it's bizarre, and they say there's tons of more stuff gonna come out. And then what does this do to the kids that just signed at Michigan? Transfer portal opens January 2nd. Talk that a majority of these kids are going to leave, and then the coaching carousel has kind of quit spinning with all the hires that we've seen. So now, of course, Kalen DeBoer's name's being mentioned at Michigan, Brian Kelly's name, although I think there's no way they hire Brian Kelly. But what a bizarre, crazy story. A guy that just made a whole lot of bad decisions, and not just like the thing. Michigan has cheated on the field; they've cheated off the field. I mean, it's and then here's the other thing: the athletic directors from New Orleans went to Brother Martin High School, Ward Manuel. There's talk he's not going to be there
He
another
can't
week or
survive.
so.
He
He
can't
can't.
survive.
No, after what the last 4 or 5 years have been, throw the national championship out of the way. Right now, I mean, the scandal, the cheating, the 11 people that have worked in the Michigan football office have been either arrested or fired from coaching football since Harbaugh got there. Of course, Harbaugh lied to the NCAA during the investigation. Then he hauled ass because he knew the shit was going to hit the fan, so he got out of there. And he's coaching the Chargers, and Michigan is the legacy is scarred significantly.
Well, what's funny, Tommy, is that, and look at it in recent history. Let's just go back in the last 5, 6 years. Winning the national championship is oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes is like selling your soul, right? Look at what happened to LSU football. You have the greatest season ever, Heisman Trophy, everybody wins every award, and then bam, the next year, LSU 5-5. The next year, Coach O fired. Like how quickly the things change, right? You look at Ole Miss baseball, Mississippi State baseball, win the national championship next year, you're not even relevant. You don't even make the postseason. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. It's crazy. And then Michigan football, these guys win the national championship 2 years ago. Even with all the scandalous stuff in brewing around them, the cheating with the signal gate where they went and did all that, and it was a great documentary on that online. That we knew that the Harbaugh stuff was coming down the pipe even when they won the national championship. Then you had the coach fired for hacking into the computers and getting personal information about girls and athletes and different things in the database system online. Crazy stuff from national championship to last year. Ohio. You beat Ohio State, but you don't have a great year. To now this year, you're firing your coach and all this stuff. You're probably going to get a new AD. I mean, it is wild. It is just wild what's going on in one of the great football programs in the country. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what the coaching carousel spits out because there'll be domino effects, right? Assuming that it comes from the college ranks and not the NFL, you're going to have a major player in college football take that job, which is going to open up another job, which is going to open up another job. So the carousel is not over for the coaching hire this offseason.
No, it's not, and it's going to be a wild and crazy couple of weeks for Michigan, and some coaches, like you said, are going to start bouncing around. The carousel had kind of slowed down or stopped. It's getting ready to start spinning a little bit now. So it's just so bizarre. And every time you read something, you're like, oh wow! It's just like it just and Dan Patrick said this morning he's got reason to believe a lot more stuff about Michigan football and Sharon Moore is going to be revealed in the coming days, and it's not going to be pretty.
Bryce Underwood, the number one recruit in the country, who'd been committed to LSU for over a year, and then at the 11th hour switched to Michigan last year, and of course got to play as the starting quarterback this year at Michigan and get that great, valuable experience. Everybody is going after Bryce Underwood, and trying to encourage him to go into portal, in January. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, he tweeted out, "Hey, come home, like come back home, all that." Because it's well documented that Bryce Underwood loved LSU, wanted to be a Tiger, but Michigan just blew him out the water financially with an offer he couldn't refuse. But now, with everything that's going on now, you would think that Bryce Underwood very much might be considering LSU.
What do you think of the odds that he transfers to LSU? The portal opens January 2. I mean, I think there's a reasonable chance. Of course, it's up to Lane Kiffin. Does Lane Kiffin? I'm sure Kiffin recruited him at Ole Miss, and then ended up way down the list. But
Well, I don't even know that yeah, I'm sure Kiffin threw his hat in the ring, but whether or not Bryce Underwood really ever got to know Lane Kiffin or not, and we don't know that. I mean, I don't know that. The bottom line is that you just watched Lane Kiffin take a third string quarterback, a guy who played at a Division II college in Michigan the last couple years and won a national championship at a Division II college in Michigan, and you just saw that guy become a fantastic quarterback. Had he been the starter from day one, might be in the Heisman conversation. And you saw what he did with him. And you're Bryce Underwood. You're the number one recruit in the country. Like you got to believe that. Hey, with everything going on in Michigan, this is a hot mess. Now would be the ideal time to take the money and run. So, if I had a gun to the head, Tommy, on whether or not Bryce Underwood would go in the transfer portal, I would say yes, a little bit more than 50%. I don't know that I feel like I don't have enough information. It's not what I do for a living. I'm not Mike Scarborough with TigerBait.com and all these other people that are working the phones and, following it 24/7 and calling people and trying to. I'm just saying it makes sense in the world, all the sense in the world, even if he doesn't leave Michigan, to go in the portal and explore his options.
I agree with you completely. Well, Ronnie, the LSU football schedule was released yesterday, the entire SEC schedule, but we now know the Tigers' non-conference opponents, and they'll have 7 home games this year. They got 5 of the 9 SEC games are on the road. It's a good schedule, I think, when you look at it today and you go top to bottom on it. 4 of the first 5 games are at home. The road game is at Ole Miss. You talked about this a couple of weeks ago, how much a hotel room is going to cost. And that's going to be an amazing weekend. That's September 19th. Put it on your calendar. But I think the Tiger football schedule going to play Louisiana Tech and the McNeese Cowboys. So got some Louisiana flavor on the non-conference part.
Tommy, I've already gotten my hotel room for Friday and Saturday night. Not in Oxford because they're too smart now. Every home game in Oxford, the rates are through the roof.
You
Airbnbs,
staying in Memphis?
I'm staying at a hotel in the middle of nowhere, 30 minutes away.
Okay.
It's 30 minutes away. I actually had a reservation to stay there this year. I ended up canceling it because I was fortunate enough to stay with Craig Lamont and Joel Davis. We stayed at like an Airbnb and that Craig had already gotten in Oxford. We ended up staying there. But my point is that I just as a safety valve, I can always cancel it, but I just wanted to get something on the books because this will be the biggest game in Ole Miss history in Oxford, outside of the playoff game, right? I mean, this playoff game against Tulane doesn't have the juice, right? They're a giant favorite; they should win, but it's a playoff game, so you got that. That's it's never been done before, all that kind of stuff. So you got to give this Tulane, and I know Egg Bowl. Don't tell me that. LSU next year with Lane Kiffin, September 19th is the biggest home game in the history of Oxford. And so, yeah, I would, if you want to make a reservation, the ticket prices on anything are not going to go down. They're only going to go up. So make your reservations now if you even think you might go to that weekend in September. It's going to be incredible, Tommy. Good news for the first 5 home games at home. How about the November schedule? Back-to-back Alabama and Texas and Tiger Stadium. I mean, that is wow. That is incredible. 2 of the biggest names in sports, 2 of the biggest blue bloods. LSU and Alabama, and then the next week, LSU and Texas. Great schedule. It's one of the best home schedules LSU's ever had is going to be next year.
Yeah, and of course they'll open with Clemson in Baton Rouge, in Tigers, the real Death Valley. So, I printed up the schedule and I've shared it with some friends or whatever when it came out last night. So that's going to be a fun season. The anticipation's already there. Obviously, Lane Kiffin and what's going to happen between now and September 5. That's the opener, September 5.
TK, I got to go. Headed to the Dome. Check out and watch the games on the NFHSnetwork.com. You can also watch it on the LHSAA TV app through Roku and Fire Stick and all that stuff. So anyway, have a great one, Tommy. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Sports Shorts Radio.
That's right. Sports Choice Radio will be tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, 104.5 ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge, ESPN Southwest Louisiana and Lafayette and Lake Charles. And we'll be live from the Bruley Walk-Ons. They open the doors at 11, so come on by. Hunter McCann will be there. I'll be there. Ronnie Rantz will be there. We'll have Joel Davis, probably over the phone. We'll have Derry Beckwith over the phone. So Sports Shorts Radio, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, 10 a.m. to 12 noon tomorrow. there'll be plenty to talk about, so do join us. Now, don't forget Tremonti's Meat and Seafood here on Jefferson Highway. Gift cards are available. Christmas ordering. You can go online, tremontis.com. Get the prime rib, the brisket, the ham, the turkey for Christmas. Big selection of wine, bourbon, and liquor, tequila, vodka. It's all here at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood, Jefferson Highway, Baton Rouge, right down the street from Parkview Baptist Church and School. So check out Tremonti's. And don't forget, Saturday night, tomorrow night, steak night over at Court Street Cafe in Port Allen. And then they got their Sunday brunch, too. Let me get that Court Street Cafe up there for you. The Sunday brunch is awesome. Steak night, Saturday night in Port Allen, Court Street Cafe. Go see Jason and the staff. Hey, don't forget to join us tomorrow morning for Sports Shorts Radio. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's so much to talk about. We'll get into it. A couple other quick party notes before we get out of here. Don't forget the Army-Navy game tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Navy a 6.5-point favorite. There's also a bowl game tomorrow night, the L.A. Bowl. Boise and Washington. Washington's favored in that. Saints host the Panthers. By the way, the Panthers now lead the NFC South. Sunday, 3:25 kick in the Dome. The Saints, Panthers. Panthers, NFC South division leaders, minus 2.5 points. You got the LSU basketball doubleheader in New Orleans Saturday. The women against Louisiana Tech at 5 o'clock. The men against SMU in the Smoothie King Center. Don't forget the high school playoffs. Tip of the hat to the 3 teams that won a state title yesterday: Haynesville, Riverside, and Dunham. The Dunham Tigers here in Baton Rouge. So I want you to check all that stuff out. Don't forget radio tomorrow morning. On behalf of Ronnie Rantz, I'm Tommy Krysan. Like and share this show, whether you're watching on Facebook, X, or YouTube. We appreciate you liking and sharing this show, and tell everybody about it. Have a great Friday, everyone.